All right, coach, kind of just, take me through last week, kind of what you learned. I feel like, close game, interesting game. So I'm curious from your perspective what you took away from it.
Yeah, I mean that was a tough loss. It was a disappointing loss, honestly. I mean, we had a great week of practice. The kids, really kind of bought in what we were doing. We made some adjustments. We did some things. I felt good about it going into half, but when Nate Dent went down, it did change some of the dynamics of what our offense, could do. And I know our offense is designed around him, not as much around Sam. But when we got in the second half, I mean, we did some good things. We were inside the red zone, twice, didn't score. But the problem was we had four turnovers and a fifth turnover on downs, because we fumbled the snap on a quarterback sneak. But it's one of those things where I was okay with our performance, but I'm still frustrated with the fact that defensively 9 out of 10 times we do the right thing, and then all of a sudden the 10th time we just make a mistake and teams are just jumping on us. I mean, two of their touchdowns, we had a tip ball in the end zone. I mean, and really we were in man coverage and then, guy didn't take his man and, we had a free safety free. It should have been kudos to the Bruins, but instead it touchdown battle. And then, then again, we blew a coverage and all of a sudden wide open, another touchdown and then a pick six, we just couldn't recover from it. And I think that was where I was disappointed, was more in the fact that, we prepared, we did the things to get ready. I knew we were ready to go. The problem began where, we may just kept shooting ourselves in the foot and making mistakes. So that's kind of was my take. But we got to win a football game right now. That's the bottom line, just to get just for that locker room, if anything. So.
For your defense, do you feel like eliminating, you kind of alluded to it, eliminating really just the big play? Maybe it's not always the small plays that keep grinding you down. It's those big plays that maybe seem to be doing it.
Yeah, it's a big play. I mean, I would probably say 85%, if not 90% of the touchdowns we've given up have been big plays. I think we've seen 3 or 4 executed drives, where they've gone in and actually scored, and it's the big play. Now, again, don't know if that would be different if we didn't give up big plays, but that's been our problem. But we changed it more of a 4-2-5 look to just give ourselves some secondary coverage. And I think that helped us a little bit, a battle, but it did create some holes and some things that, we're trying to fix this week just because it's kind of new to our up front guys. But, but I mean, again, it's not, you do what you got to do to put your kids in the best situation to be successful. And so that's what we've kind of done. But, again, we've got to execute for 48 minutes. And that's the bottom line. I mean, that's the answer that I can give. And again, we're all frustrated. I mean, we've lost 3 in a row and I just think that it's one of those things we've got to get some positive vibes back. And I think the kids understand that. And again, last week I thought they played hard, but it's the mistakes that just continue to just escalate and we just can't recover from.
How do you feel like practice has been through this last week? Do you feel like the energy is still high and they still have a lot of, desires for the rest of the season?
Sure, there's ups and downs, and we talked about that. The season's not over. We got 3 games. I mean, we could either decide to turn the page, or we could, continue to do what we're doing. I mean, our biggest quote of the week is, the definition of sanity is trying to do the same thing, expecting the same results, and we're just not getting that. And so we're trying to change that. Don't expect to win. And that's what we've been trying to do, because I think their demeanor is like today. We practice and we just at the end of the practice we take victory formation, take a knee, and everybody's supposed to get excited. We take a knee, and half my team was like because they've forgotten what it's like. So we redid the drill, and I said, let's get excited. So expect to win is kind of our philosophy this week, is trying to just get that confidence and that belief in themselves that they can do this. And I know they can. They're a good football team. That's what's so frustrating about the season. But I've been doing this a long time, so you just never know which direction you're going to go. You just got to keep it together. So, but don't be insane. I guess that's our word right now.
Well, this matchup with Hickman is interesting to me because I feel like it's a matchup of 2 really younger teams. What do you see when you head into this?
Well, I think a really good running back, the West kid, Devin. I know it's Devin. I think it's Devin West or Devin Western or something.
Deion Weston, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Weston, there it is. I knew I was close. I only get my wife's name right every day. That's otherwise I forget what I'm doing. But No, he's a heck of a running back. We watched him film. He's very explosive. He's good football player. And they are finding ways to get in the ball. And they've been in a lot of ball games, same games, same teams that we've been playing. So there's no, we're not looking past anybody. We don't have that luxury either. So and that's the thing. But I think if our kids come out and they play hard, I think it's going to be an exciting game. I mean, I don't know how you couldn't be excited for a Providence Bowl. I mean, like I said, they played hard last week. I mean, that's what's so frustrating is we played hard and we did so many good things, but it just seems like whenever we make a mistake, I don't know, teams just gash us on it. So, but we just, that's why if you ever see outside, like shaking my head, just like, but we are young and we've got a lot of guys with a lot of experience, but we're past that now. This is week 8. We can't make excuses anymore that, oh, well, we're young and things like that. But defense, they fly around, they do some good things. Like I said, special teams, they've got some guys that are effective. So, and again, I thought our special teams the last 2 weeks have really been a lot better. We've played a lot better the last 2 weeks, special teams. It's just, we can't put it all together. And, offensively, as like we talked about, we ran some drills today. We just shot ourselves in the foot. And I did it on a couple of times in practice. When I see something go on that I know is going to get penalized, I'm marking back 3rd and 15. And then I'm like, we were doing up downs every time we didn't get a first down. And it was explained to him, like, this is killing us, I think we had a big one in the battle game, big first down and a big pivotal moment. We had the first, I think we had 22, 24 yards. A wide receiver comes up and blocks the guy in the back. And here we go. Now we're 2nd and 12. So it's just one of those things where we have to eliminate that. And until we do that, we're going to be having the same conversation again next week. So, but we're trying. I mean, again, the kids are trying. I'm not done. It's right here, right now. So, and that's where we're at.
When you look at the game like the Providence Bowl, I always think it's honestly such a fun rivalry. It's, two of the original Columbia schools, going at it. I'm curious for you this week, is there anything you say to your kids? But I know last week you also told me, it's just really about winning a game right now. So are you guys even looking at the rivalry really?
No, we talk about it. I mean, the Providence Bowl gets mentioned a lot. I mean, the kids know what it is. You hear people talk about it. They know what it is. I mean, but, the problem is we've had a lot of success over the last few years. And that's kind of what I'm worried about is that they're thinking, oh, we've done this, we've done that. But again, that was, as explained to them, that was a totally different teams, the last few years. This is our team this year. This is what matters. Nothing else does. And so, I have a few kids who know the stats and and I was like, man, you guys are good. I'm only worried about winning one football game, and that's Friday night. I could care what our record states against them, but because it doesn't matter. What matters is what we've got to go do here in a little bit. So, but yeah, that we've talked about it and they know it, and they know it. It's not like, they've got parents that are Hickman alum, I mean, it's just a way to, a lot of people talk a lot of stuff, and I think it's awesome. I mean, that's what it's based around. And, I'm just happy there's fans in the stand, and, it's actually an environment that's what's really made it cool, for me this year, is just to even still look back at, just where we're going and what these kids have the opportunity to do. Now we just got to take advantage of it. So we can go from there.
Well, finally, momentum wise, I feel like getting a win on a rivalry night would be very big for this team, going into the end of the season here. What are your thoughts on that?
A win would be huge. I mean, because like I said, it's just we got to get it back in the locker room. That's what I told the kids. This isn't about the fans anymore. This isn't about, the community. This isn't about rivalry. It's about us right now, because we're the ones in here fighting and struggling and feeling the emotions. And so, they know that, and they want the same thing. They want to get that feeling back. And, we just got to play well because, as we move forward, France Allen and whoever we draw in districts, but my God, I don't think it doesn't really matter who we draw in districts, because that's going to be one heck of a ball game. And we've got to just try to see if we can just click and get it going. And we're trying to clean some things up. And so our terminology, and again, just trying to put them in the best situation we can. And, less is more right now. And, it's just tackle, block, ball security. I mean, there it is. I mean, the things that you could talk about till we blew in the face. Until we execute that, I don't know what we're going to do. We're trying. I mean, it's not like for lack of trying. It's just, they got to do it when Friday night lights turn on.
Well, Coach, I appreciate your time. I'll see you out there Friday night then.
All right. We'll see you out there Friday night. Have a good one.
You too.
All right. See you, Natalie. Bye.